1972 here. Of course, you know me as Brian. So this topic of this video is favorite genres movie tag, and I became aware of this these videos appearing on YouTube first through through Jase, who's he has two channels, Jase and Movie Man Jase, but he did that on Jase, that channel. So I became aware of that through his video, and then another person I know, Grail 1951, Mike, he also did the tag. I think it's the very same tag that Jase was doing, and I also heard that Marty's doing it. His channel is Trash Picture Show. So anyways, I watched Jase's and I watched Mike's two videos. Each of them had their own separate video. That's what I mean by that. And then, anyways, Mike said he tagged me for this in the comments, so he didn't know that he forgot to tag anyone or what. I guess something like that. But anyways. So, people are doing it, and I thought I'd join in. Anyways, I'm going to show my list of favorites. I think Jase and Mike, there might be one genre that, like Mike has, that Jase didn't cover. I'm not quite sure. I'm kind of confused, but I'm going to do it. It's basically more or less what they did. I'm also going to cheat a little. I'm going to add... Like with a genre, I might have more than one favorite. Not many favorites, like two or three more favorites. Not two or three, one or two more favorites. So it might be a total of like two or three movies per genre. And also, I've added, I think, two other genres that haven't been, at least I don't know of any other YouTubers putting these up. But I thought I'd add them because I thought they're some of my favorites as well. So, anyways, I'm talking too much. Let's get to the list of videos. Movies. So the first one is horror movies, and my favorite of the horror movie genre is The Shining. And of course, Kubrick loves my channel, so this comes really as no surprise. The real threat in this movie is the Jack Nicholson character rather than your typical things like monsters or ghosts or what have you, even though there's that element to it, But also, I have some other horror movies, just two other horror movies I think are really great too, and I really love these movies. I have a box set of the Alien films, the first four Alien films on DVD. But anyways, my friend Sasha sent me the first four Alien films on Blu-ray, so I thought I'd show the Blu-ray right here. It's the first Alien movie. Is one of my favorites, and then the other favorite horror movie of mine is Dawn of the Dead. This signed by George Romero when I met him at a horror convention. Stay scared, George Romero. Yes. Let me backtrack a second here. So Alien is sort of like like a monster in a haunted house, only it's an alien on a spaceship, basically. So, in ways, it follows simple conventions of the horror genre, maybe, in order to exploit. Is that the right way I want to put it? It's not that complicated a movie. It's just a haunted, instead of a haunted house, it's a spaceship. And instead of a monster in a haunted house or a ghost, it's an alien. So, but it's just using. I think it's not very complex or anything. It's very basic. So it's not a real complicated plot to follow through. But it's very eerie and very scary and just. It grips you from beginning to end, as I remember when I first saw it. And The Shining was really scary when I first saw it. And this is very scary too, Dawn of the Dead. But this makes a message about consumerism. Like each of the Romero Dead films had something to say about society, and this one basically comments on consumerism because the majority of the film takes place in a mall, but it covers various things, but consumerism, and that's the basic deal with the Dawn of the Dead movie. And bikers coming into the mall, maybe they're a symbol of fascism. I think it's a really great film. It's got sort of comedic elements to it in a way. Through the zombies are kind of, in a way, they're funny, I suppose. So, good movie. Let me get to the next genre now. Okay, so next up we have is animated movies. I basically have 4 films because I had to put them into categories because Disney and Pixar that's what they are. These 4 movies, and I didn't think Pixar is its own thing. I don't think it's exactly a Disney thing. I mean, it's owned by Disney, I understand, but it's not quite the same because it's computer animation. So I'm going to first off go with Disney. This is one of my favorites. This is a Fantasia box set, and I like Fantasia a lot. That's one of my favorite cartoons. Or cartoon, the right word? Animated films might be more distinguished title to give it. But it's more of an artistic film. Well, a lot of films are artistic. What am I saying? It's more of an avant-garde, more non-narrative film. It's just images and pictures. It's sort of like the Kotze films by is it the guy's name Jeffrey Raggio? I can't remember the guy that directed those, but those are just film images of the environment or cities or people walking down the street or whatever, and music. No dialogue at all, no narration. But anyways, yeah. So that's kind of the same kind of thing here, but it's they have various themes like the devil or the Night in Bald Mountain by Grieg. They have Symphony Number 6 by Beethoven with what do you call those people? Cherubs and unicorns, and so they go around certain themes in each animated film. But some of it's kind of really abstract, like Bach's Toccata Fugue. It's just musical notes or just images moving around. So that's why I kind of like it. Another Disney film I really like a lot. I like a lot of the Disney movies, the new ones, the old ones. But this one's a little more on the abstract side. It is more of a narrative slant to it than, say, Fantasia. So it's Alice in Wonderland. So I like that one a lot. Next up, we got the Pixar movies. This one came first before the other one. The Incredibles. I love this movie. Before I saw The Incredibles, I liked my favorite Pixar. Well, changed a few times. It was like Toy Story 2 maybe, and then I saw Finding Nemo. I still think Toy Stories 1 and 2. I still think Finding Nemo are great animated movies. Toy Story 3 I think is a recycling of Toy Story 1 and 2, so I don't really like it that much, except for the starting. I think is the only part I like of it. I haven't seen Toy Story 4, but anyways, The Incredibles. I really like this movie. It's got sort of a John Barry-esque kind of score to it. It sort of harkens back to James Bond-esque kind of 1960s vibes. Like it sort of reminds me of Goldfinger and Diamonds Are Forever. Sort of the music, John Barry, and the the CGI sets that they put into that they build inside the computers that sort of look like Ken Adams sets or designed for the Bond films. And of course you got like the 1960-ish kind of look to the architecture and everything. So I really like this film a lot. And the other Pixar film I really like a lot is Up. And it's sort of like a message about elderly people that just because you're old doesn't mean you can't still have fun and live life up to the fullest. And it's a tearjerker at the start and a tearjerker at the end. And just lots of fun and lots of adventure. Next up, I think, is drama. Again, I'm hitting more than one film, and I'm sort of sorry about that. But I am. Let's see, one, two, it's 4 films for drama. So in no particular level of importance. First one would be Fight Club. I guess it's sort of a drama. It's sort of a comedy. But I love this movie. Very quotable, and maybe it makes references to fascism or something. It can be perceived as like philosophical or a comedy or a drama, but very entertaining. And I had the Blu-ray as well because I think the transfer is better, but the special features, maybe they have both on this one too. I'm not sure. I don't like how the menu starts with the Drew Barrymore fake menu, and then it goes to the Fight Club menu. So maybe I'd watch a film on this, but look at the special features on this. I don't know. But then the next drama, I'm going to get into a category called, I think it's the last one I cover. Is it the last one? I think it's the last one I cover. It's a genre I added, which is favorite foreign films. But I'm going to put this foreign film in with the dramas. I guess it is a drama. It's The Bitter Tears of Petra von Kant, directed by Rainer Werner Fassbinder. It's a West German movie. And it's about this 40-ish woman named Petra von Kant who's in love with this 20-ish girl or woman. She says, she wants to help Karen out, like, because Petra von Kant is a fashion designer. She wants to give her like help with her career and everything, and she's like buying her a plane ticket, but then at a certain point in the film, which is not too far after it starts and after she meets Karen, that the remainder of the movie, she wants Karen back in her life, and they sort of have a spat with each other before that happens. And she sort of gets obsessed with wanting Karen to come back to her house. There's only like 6 actresses. There's only like six actors, all actresses, that are in the movie. That's it. And it's just one location, which is Petra von Kant's bedroom. But it's really riveting. And then the last 2 dramas are by the same director. I'll go with this one first. This is my favorite one of his. It's Martin Scorsese's Taxi Driver. This is signed by Paul Schrader. But anyways, I love this movie. I just love how I sort of kind of identify with this character. You know how you can identify with certain characters even though you would never go out and do these kinds of things that this character does. Just the lonely guy he is and whatever. Can't get a break, and he just follows what he thinks is the logical conclusion of where he thinks he has to go with his the way his life is leading. So, but anyways, it's an interesting character study of a guy that kind of goes off the wall and he thinks he's doing the right thing, but he's sort of out in left field, I guess. I guess that's a way to put it. But in his mind, he thinks he's doing the right thing, and he sort of is because he's saving Jodie Foster, but he's killing people at the same time. This one was also signed by Paul Schrader and Kathy Moriarty, who played Vicky. Jake LaMotta, who's played by Robert De Niro, the character. Jake LaMotta's second wife. So anyways, it's signed by them. But anyways, it's Robert De Niro in Raging Bull by Martin Scorsese. I love this movie too. It's a work of art, beautifully done. I think when Scorsese did this film, he was so adamant that I think he got final cut on this film. But there was one line in the film where I think it was De Niro. He says Cutty Sark, which is a type of alcoholic drink, and it wasn't coming through well in the audio or something. And I don't know, maybe you should Google this. But like Scorsese said, if you don't make sure that word Cutty Sark comes through on the audio well. I'm not putting my name on this movie. So total work of art, Then we get to comedy. Again, I'm going to 4 films, and one of them I don't even have. So I'm going to do. Let me see. Where should I go? I'll put it over here. So right now you're seeing the image of what I'm going to edit in, because I have it on videotape, but I don't have it on DVD or Blu-ray. But I still like it a lot, and that's Airplane from, I think, the year 1980. Just memorable line after their memorable line. I mean, tons of great quotes. I speak jive. The white zone is for unloading of luggage. The red zone is for unloading of luggage. And then it gets into the spat where they're talking to each other like, it's actually a husband and wife talking to each other, a boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever. Or like the airplane pilot, before he gets on the plane, he has to take a phone call, back before the days of cell phones, and he picks, there's two or three phones on a wall, and they're different colors, and he, on the loudspeaker, says, "Captain over, please answer the white phone," and he picks up the red phone, and the person on the phone says, "No, the white phone." So there's all that funny stuff in it. Just loads of stuff in there. So that's one of them. And another funny movie would be this one. I don't know if these are coming well on. Maybe, I don't know. I think you can see it sort of well. But it's Monty Python and the Holy Grail. So that's another one of my favorite movies. Favorite horror comedy movies. I mean, it's kind of sort of like Airplane. It's got that crazy off the wall humor that's kind of like over the top and exaggerated. But this is just fun and crazy. And if you notice my video sometimes, like, sort of for a humorous effect, like I say, I forgot to pick up a video it's going to show on camera in a different part of my apartment, so I'm going to go get it. So then I put in a sign that says intermission, and you hear some music. That's from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. It's a scene where King Arthur and a few of the knights are crossing the chasm of doom, or whatever it is, a chasm of eternal peril. They're crossing this really dangerous bridge over this pit, and then just as in between their crossing, they play the intermission sign just as a sign, humor. Next up, Dr. Strangelove. Again, I'm referencing Kubrick, but this is one of the funniest movies ever made. And if you're going to buy Strangelove, I recommend this version to buy because it's just Google this, because I don't know if they'll make the video too long if I just show you everything on it. But the way it's packaged and everything, it's got a top secret envelope, and the magazine, the woman that's having a relationship with the George C. Scott characters in here, and the documents and the Russian Bible that the B-52 bombers or whatever people on the plane are looking at for wing attack plan R, the Mandrake dialogue between him and General Ripper, and the Dr. Strangelove and the President of the United States, of course I like talking to you. That stuff, and Mandrake, feed me this belt, the redcoats are coming, and I'm what you call a water man, and you're going to put some water on the back of your neck. Good thing, put the water on the back of your neck. And now I'm going to try to guess the code, and then he shoots himself, and Back Guano, is that your real name? Yeah, I don't know, loaded with funny quotes. Mine to your, I can walk, And this one, again, I think this is a foreign film again, but it's kind of a comedy. Maybe it's a commentary on capitalism, communism, socialism. I don't know, but it's I don't know if it's everybody's cup of tea. I don't think everybody's going to like this movie, but it's my favorite Jean-Luc Godard film, and it's Weekend, which is about a married couple who are going out into the countryside of France from Paris, and they're going to murder the wife's parents and collect the inheritance, and each plans on killing the other. What do you call that? Um, oh, the other person of the wedded couple. What is that term? The other spouse, and collect the money, and they both have um, significant others, that are not that they're going to like split the earnings with or whatever. Okay, so up next, what's the next? Adventure. No, not adventure. I'm sorry, action films. So I don't know if I'm thrilled with Mel Gibson's acting too much or whatever, but I think he's directed. Well, I'm not a big fan of Passion of the Christ, but he made this other film that I really like a lot, and it's filled with action at the end of the film. It's maybe a little. No, the action's mostly at the end of the film, but I highly recommend this movie, Apocalypto. And they speak in the original Mayan language, and they show, like what it looks like at the pyramids and when they're sacrificing people on the top of the pyramid and everything, in the chase at the end. Highly recommend this. The other, now, I guess, because science fiction was one of the categories, and then horror is one of the categories. So I'm just realizing now, this is an action film, but it's also a science fiction film. So I'm going to straddle more than one genre, when I'm doing this. But anyways, it's Terminator 2. I have 2 editions of this, like one with like loads of storyboards. But this one has like, while you're watching a film, if you want, there's a symbol that comes on and you can see how they did that particular scene. But this is one of the best special effects movies I've ever seen. It's also one of the best science fiction. It's one of the best action movies I've ever seen. Not knocking Terminator 1, because that's a great film too. But this is a great anime. What am I talking anime? One of great adventure films. Not adventure. That's another. Action movies. That's what I'm trying to say. And there's another film I'm going to show in adventure. I really consider an action movie, but it's an adventure film, or it's Jase said it was an adventure film. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about when you see it, because Jase showed that. But anyways, let's get to the next one. Where do we go next year? Okay, Westerns. Basically, technically, this is my favorite Western, Good, Bad, and the Ugly by Sergio Leone, with Clint Eastwood, Eli Wallach, and what's his name? The guy. I can't believe it. I'm not remembering his name. Hang on. I'm gonna pause the video because I don't want to make you wait for it. I looked at the lobby cards inside this DVD box set. Lee Van Cleef is the other guy. That's the other guy. So this is epic. It's got a little humor in it. Very good music by Ennio Morricone. So that a lot of people like that one. This is one of Leone's more depressing movies, but it's very epic. It's got Rod Steiger and James Coburn. It's called Ducky Sucker. It's also called Fistful of Dynamite, but that's a good one too. So, this is more grim. It ends much more grimly, but I really like this film a lot, Okay, next up we got romance. This is probably hands down my favorite romance film, but I'm going to include another, which is a foreign film, because I like it too. Technically, that one's not a romance movie in a way. But anyways, so yeah, this would be my favorite Hitchcock film. It's very different from most of Hitchcock's other films. It's kind of more mysterious and less, even though maybe other Hitchcock films have a level of ambiguity and mystery to them in a way, but this one sort of doesn't tie up all the loose ends and put it puts it in a neat bow. It sort of leaves things a little unresolved and a little mysterious. So I really enjoy this film. About a guy that has a fear of heights. He's told by a friend to observe this woman, observe his wife, and find out what's going on with her. But she jumps into the San Francisco Bay. He saves her life, and they develop a relationship, and something happens. So, but I highly, highly recommend this movie. And this next romance movie, it's French. It's by Louis Spunwell. He's made some pretty good movies, but this is Belle De Jour with Catherine Deneuve, and Belle De Jour refers to Beauty of the Day, and she hears about brothels are illegal at that point in France. I think it came out in 67, but she decides to go to a brothel and see if they'll take her as a prostitute, and she only goes during the day because she has a respectable husband who's a doctor at a hospital, and yes, but complications ensue. This is the Criterion. There's also a Miramax. The Criterion, I think, has what? Oh no, maybe. Yeah, one commentary on here. There's a different commentary, I think, on the Miramax one. I have both. I've yet to listen to the commentaries. So this sort of straddles, again, two genres. I know this video is going on forever, but I'm trying to go as fast as I can. But anyways, I'm going to the category of period films, because I really like some period films. But this is a period film that's set up takes place in the 18th century in mainland Europe and Ireland. I think England as well. But anyways, it's Barry Lyndon, of course, another Kubrick movie. And but anyways, really good film. I love the way the people speak, the architecture, the cinematography with the Zeiss lenses that were put on Mitchell cameras, and then they filmed in candlelit rooms, and that was so unlike the time period because they had to use fast film stocks and more light to film in like dark rooms, like especially in movies that take place at this period of time because they didn't have light bulbs at that time or electricity. And it's just beautiful classical music. By the way, I'm a fan of classical music. I really don't listen to it anymore. I listen to rock and blues and jazz, rock and jazz, basically. But yeah, this is a really good movie, and I love this movie. And it's got some romance in it. It's got a little adventure, drama. He has a child. There's some tragedy in it. Very good movie. Here's an adventure film. I might echo Jase on this one. Raiders of the Lost Ark. Even though it says Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark, when it came out in the theaters, it was called Raiders of the Lost Ark. When the second one came out, it was called Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. And the two that followed were called Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, and Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. So this one was originally called Raiders of the Lost Ark. When you watch the movie, it will say Raiders of the Lost Ark. But in earlier VHS pressings of the film, it was called Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's only later on that they titled it this way. But yeah, okay, so I'm going on about that. Science fiction. Basically, this is my favorite science fiction film. But I want to bring some other two that are sort of basically on the same level. Again, here we go again. Kubrick. 2001. This copy was sent to me by my friend Sasha, which I highly appreciate Sasha doing because it's on Blu-ray. I still have the DVD and the Kubrick box set, but yeah. So, and this has got some special features on it, some of which I've watched. I haven't listened to the commentary on this yet, but this film, I like its epic nature of going from the birth of humankind to technology in the future, to going into space, to I think Dave Bowman in the Discovery spaceship, he's really a symbol for humankind. He's not really technically a person or a regular person. So, at the end, the Star Child that you see, I think it's like a symbol for like humans becoming energy, or like you could the greatness of this movie is you can view it from a Christian perspective, like because of the baby at the end, or you can view it from an atheist perspective because it shows the dawn of man, the dawn of humankind and apes. So you can approach it from the scientific end. You can sort of park your logic at the door at the end of the movie with the Stargate scene, and just give in to the just beauty of the film. And the HAL 9000 character, the artificial intelligence that's running the Discovery, in a way, he's more human than the other characters, and he's just trying to do his best as a vessel of his mission, and just the scene where he's being murdered by David Bowman, sort of murdered in a way, being shut down is brilliant scene. But anyways, I have some run-ups. I like this film a lot because it's got sort of a humorous RoboCop. This is the Steel edition. I like it's a very quotable movie, and it sort of has a humorous edge to it, and the violence is so over the top, but the humor is basically what kind of softens that a bit. So I think it was, I guess it was, the term to use would be, I think it was kind of a crime to do a remake of this. And even, I never saw the remake. I don't know, it's not something I'm going to rush out to see. But I saw like the pictures of what the new RoboCop looked like, and he didn't look too much different from this, but it's an insult to make this movie over again. And I think I saw part of RoboCop 2, maybe part of RoboCop 3. And I just I don't know if I'd ever watch those films. And I hear some people like them, but I like this film a lot. The tagline here: part man, part machine, all cop. Yeah. So, and the last science fiction film I'll show, I'm not going to take it out of the box because it's just a big production to do that. But Blade Runner, this is great. I've watched it several times. This is like 5 different cuts of the film. It's layered upon layered with meanings, and replicants. Do they want to be human? I mean, who are more human, the replicants or humans? Like where does morality lie? Like who gets to make the final judgment? But this is a brilliant movie. The way it's designed, the way it's shot, a lot of thought was put into this. It was one of the last analog special effects movies before they used CGI a lot in movies. When they shot the miniature city, the miniature Los Angeles, I've read some books about Blade Runner. I've looked online on articles on Blade Runner, which are absolutely fascinating. This box set has a 3.5 hour documentary on the film. There's also other special features on this box set, 5 different cuts, and just fascinating. But I'm going on and on. I can see I've been on about half an hour now, so I hope I'm not boring you. But we're dwindling down now. I think we got 3 more categories to go. These will go by fast, I'd say. Favorite superhero movie, but there's 3. This is basically my number 1, Superman, the original that Mike likes as well. This is I remember seeing this when I was a kid at my grandmother's house. I guess it was around Christmas time, back in the early 80s, late 70s, and I was just a kid. And I'd always want to see Superman fly, but I have to go to bed at a certain time. But now I can see him fly for it, because I got it now. And of course, I know I'm gonna. I don't know if I'll get hate for this, or not. I don't know. Most people prefer the first Batman by Tim Burton. I'm not wild about that Batman. Maybe I'm sort of changing my opinion on that. I haven't watched that in a long time. That Batman. But anyways, my favorite Batman movie, and they're basically two. But I like Batman Begins. It shows you how he became Batman. I love the music by Hans Zimmer. The very powerful thrusting kind of sound of the music. But yeah, that's really good. It's got some great special features. But I also like The Dark Knight. I love Heath Ledger's performance as the Joker in this. He's just absolutely nuts and will stop at nothing to create panic. I didn't like The Dark Knight Rises. I thought it was a recycling of Batman Begins and The Dark Knight. Maybe the starting with that plane being hijacked was kind of interesting, but and Bane sounds like Sean Connery to me. Now I think these last two categories, the last one wasn't mentioned in either Jase or Mike's because I'm sort of adding it to my list. But this one I think was it on Jase's? No, I don't think it was on Jase's. I think it was on Mike's. But anyways, it's favorite fantasy film. This I would have to go with Dark Crystal. I saw this when I was about 9 years old. It's just a lot of fun, and I like how it ends. With the outcome of the Gelflings and everything. Just a lot of fun. And they have a prequel television show on Netflix. I don't know if it's still on there. The Dark Crystal something. But yeah, I like the Dark Crystal. And then the last off, I've got more than a few favorite foreign movies, but I'm going to whittle it down to two here. I think if I have to choose my favorite foreign film that's not spoken in English, it'd have to be this one. Throne of Blood by Akira Kurosawa. And I have other favorite Kurosawa movies. Of course, would be Seven Samurai, Ikiru, Dreams, Rashomon, probably The Bad Sleep Well I would include. I'm looking over at my Kurosawa movies. Maybe High and Low. Hidden Fortress, but he's made a lot of great movies. But this one's like my personal favorite of his. And my personal favorite of another great director, Fellini, is La Dolce Vita. I love the epic nature of this. I can sort of relate to the character in a way. I'm not quite that person, obviously, because I've never been to Italy. I've never been a reporter, haven't slept with tons of girls or whatever, that kind of thing. But, but I sort of identify with the character somewhat. So, yeah, okay, that wraps it up. I'm not going to do I'm not going to do a recap because that would take forever. And I obviously have been on now for, I think, 35 minutes because I stopped the video once and now it's at 15 minutes. But I think add it all together, it's about 35 minutes right now. So, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. I don't know who I would tag because I'd tag Sasha, but Sasha was already tagged by Jase. I don't know. Maybe Trenchy, the soulless trench coat. Maybe if I tag some people, they're already been tagged. John Steele, maybe him. Brenda's been tagged. I'm trying to think. LJ, I'll tag LJ. LJ Draco's movies. Daisuke Beppu, I'll tag him. I don't know. Oh, Harry. Wait, his new he retitled it Maca Films. I'll tag Harry. Um, oh, um, Bob, Robert Harrison. I can't remember the exact name of your channel. Robert Harrison 2.0, I think. I'll tag Bob. And I'll tag Hector, the Noir channel. I'll tag Hector. I'll tag Jay Harvey, who's what's his channel called? Blu-ray J. I'll tag him too. I'll tag Ian Forker Brawl, I think is his channel. So I think I'll have it covered. Oh, Rick. I'll tag Rick. The Video Place, I think, is your channel. All right, so I think I've wrapped that up. I've been on a long time. I hope I haven't bored you, but whatever. Okay. Maybe just one last thing. Maybe at the start of the video, I'll say, I'll put a thing on saying the list of videos begins at this amount of minutes and seconds, so you're not bored to death at the starting and you want to jump ahead. Okay, bye. Oh, and have a nice day. Thanks. Bye now.